Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back for another episode of EU4 as Palembang. In previous episode, well, we did do quite a bit of island hopping over here in the Pacific, and we are probably going to continue that a little bit further. Unfortunately, I don't think we can really get too much further with the war score right now. Like, all the enemies are pretty low on the war score. I'm pretty sure that Spain's getting a decent bit of war exhaustion, although not massive amounts, but enough so that it's going to start becoming a problem for them. We'll try to occupy a few more islands, at least in Vanuatu, and then we can probably head north for Wake Island and Midway. And after that, possibly head back south over here for Society and to Motu Island, then potentially even to East Island. But we won't be able to take most of these at all in the peace deal. I've set up a sort of a peace deal, which they would accept. So they would get some of these islands. I might just go over there and take over that colony that they have on this island. Do we? Where's the transports? There's a couple of transports. We'll keep it in here. We can transport one of these armies back and forth. We'll just go out and seize that colony. It will cost us a bit of money extra, of course, to keep 3 colonies at the same time. But I think we can manage that. Oh, Sweden's claiming our gold provinces. Of course they are. But yeah, so we've got still the 40,000 Spanish over here in Mindoro, which can't really do too much. They won't really have way to cross or beyond these 2 islands here. And of course our fleets are, well, if we do compare the fleet sizes, we still have more than all the enemies combined. I suspect some of the enemies aren't really that interested in trying to sail in here either. Let's actually have a look. How is the liberty size? At 27, 38, 0, 0, and 0. So, New Spain and New Granada are the ones that might eventually be, well, released or something. But I suppose since we have kept the war goal for nearly 10 years now, or probably 10 years now, I don't remember when exactly the war started, but I suspect that the enemies might be... Oh. Alright, no, that's still only 1 island. They'll release Sardinia. I don't need Sardinia as an independent nation. No. Oh, English Civil War. So prisons may be getting a bit of turmoil in there, which might then weaken them on the continental side of things. Oh, and Ottomans are fighting... Oh, right, yeah, they're fighting Hungary, Poland, Russia, Naples, and Trent. Well, the Naples isn't too much. Trent isn't that much, but Hungary... Oh, right, Poland is junior partner under Hungary. And then Russia is pretty large, but Russia at the same time, well, they got Militech 20. They got 160,000. How much do the Ottomans have? Right, 500,000. Never mind. So, did we get the transports in here? We did. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get these ferried across. Also go ahead and seize this colony. Another 25 points, but we can keep that. So at least we get another province out of this, regardless of the peace deal. So now they would not take the peace deal anymore, partially because we have 1 lesser area occupied. Of course, we did not actually land the Marines into Vanuatu yet, so we should be able to take that one shortly. At least ease it down, if nothing else. Oh, Mughal Golden Era, so that was Transoxiana previously. Bahmanis announced me as a rival, and we could get quality idea, but I'm actually going to save the points for the Gustavian infantry tech, so we can get better infantry and also get access to the Star Forge. Not that we'll actually be building it anytime soon, but at least having access to that. Ooh. Okay, local settler increase plus 25 for 10 years in Farkrak, which is where we got our colonists there right now. So, that means nearly 100 settlers per year, so just 2 years? Maybe 2.5 years? Or something to that effect, and we should have it. Oh, there we go. Now we occupy another province. Then I suppose we'll head north for Midway and all that. To get those sorted out. Wake Island and then Midway. That way we can start keeping the... or rather removing all or any and all possible repair locations anywhere close by. And thus keeping the enemies far, far away. Now, to be fair, one of the other options could be to go for Natal down here in South Africa. That could be handy, but after that, we kind of are running out of options what to occupy from them. So we need to start getting a peace deal probably sooner rather than later. Because there's not too much I can do right now, but that's to be expected. Hey, another conversion done. Spain is still offering just a very poor peace deal. From our perspective, anyway. But yeah, so we could get 1,000 ducats with some of the islands. Oh, now they... Right, now they started colonizing over here. We don't have troops nearby, although suppose we've got that one. Where do we have any transports? We've got this fleet over here. Do we still need the big army here? Don't suppose so. Go ahead and take these back to Palu, and we'll go and siege down also. We might also... I don't know if I want to take over that colony yet. Oh, there's the Miltech. There we go. Now we get better infantry, which, well, we've got exactly one option there, so that's easy. Cities demand old rights. I guess we'll take -25 on the reform progress right now. Oh, Kilauea is no longer a valid rival. Well, well, well. Let's go ahead and seize this one down, so we can make sure that it doesn't cause any issues in the later portions. But yeah, that's another province that I will want to take from them. But I suppose that's a colony that I could just, if the war takes or goes on for long enough, we can just take that directly. Now, I do wonder, is there any privateering? Oh, yeah, there's a whole lot of privateering that we could be doing. Okay, then. Well, let's keep track of this. And raid along the coastlines. That way we can... Oh, right, there we go. We'll siege down that. For 15 ducats. Another 130 ducats. Another 100 ducats. So we already got 500. I'm going to save up some points. Because we've got a couple missions that demand us to have like one demands 2,000 gold and the other one demands 3,000 gold. So just gathering up a cash reserve is probably not a bad idea. Right, so that's a Portuguese colony over here. Yeah, they've had that for a while, haven't they? Or these two, rather. Okay, so let's have a look. If I was to demand that, that would be too much for them. So we'd still be able to get 900 ducats. But we've got the fleets up here, I presume. Yeah. And luckily the troops do not take attrition too much in there. Oh, Buccaneers take over. Alright then. So this is going to be another tiny island over here, isn't it? Yeah, it's another 3 dev province, so basically nothing. Ooh, I see a fleet in here. Okay, Central Indian Ocean. So they're heading down this way. Where's the big fleet? Ah, right here. Combine these into a fleet again. Let's get the leader in charge of this. Ooh, that's 1,000 blockade power on this one fleet. I mean, that's pretty decent. Pretty decent indeed. Let's get to Sunda Strait. And we'll slow down slightly. Ah, there we go. That one's been seized down. Like, get the ships in there to repair briefly. But I wonder if we can sink that. So it's, probably... Oh. Why did you sail out? Right. I mean, we could always sally this out as well, I guess. And maybe we'll get a admiral in here. 534. I mean, that's not too bad. We still probably will lose this. Yeah, we are definitely taking a bit of a hit here. Especially since the trade fleet retreated. We didn't sink anything. We lost a couple of transports, but that's to be expected. Right, so these are still heading further west. So I'm going to assume that they'll probably try to sail around here. As per usual. Don't know where exactly they're right now, but I'm expecting them to arrive here in due time. So we'll sit over here for the time being. Yeah, they're going to the 90 East Ridge. We want to wait along coastlines with this fleet. Oh, native uprising. And captains take over. Malacca, I don't think I need loans from you. But thank you. Any more raiding that we could do? I mean, there's probably, yeah, there's plenty. In fact, let's do some with that one. And that is still moving to 90 East Ridge. West Australian Basin, there we go. Wait. Yeah, so they should be heading in this way. Presumably. A Rising Star. I'm just going to take the Prestige. Right, so that fleet is dodging, but it's not showing me that there's going to be a battle in here, but I know that there is going to be a battle in here. There we go. And this is going to be an easy victory for us. With the heavy fleet and all that, that's going to be pretty much their entire fleet probably gone. Maybe not entirely, but a good chunk of it. Hey, we sank their flagship. There we go. So, yeah, we captured another 5 transports, 2 lightships, and sank their flagship, among other things. So that's pretty decent. That's another almost 1 point of war score. At this point, I suppose, first of all, we'll get the transports out of here. And we can probably... where's the... Right, let's get that down here into Borneo. And we'll take the lightships. And we'll send these to Hull Hawaii. Actually, no, we'll set them in here for a brief moment. And then the big fleet will actually send down to the Philippines, because I reckon that's probably where they will be heading to go to the closest repair location. Oh, and more native uprisings. Now, at least we are going to get this colony done in about a year or so, so that's good. Also, how much... yeah, we're still behind in Miltech. Also in Admin Tech, mind you. But at least in Diplotech we are fine, so actually that begs the question then. I should probably try to... Well, I suppose we've got the manufactory... Is it down here? Yeah, we've got a plantation in here. I'm going to go and get a little bit of development for this. Not necessarily the most effective location, but it does help a little bit with the income. As well as spreading the manufactory slightly faster. Which it's not spreading very quickly right now. Right, that reminds me, we had some more raiding to do over here. That's another 20 ducats. Slave ship captured. Ooh, 26,000 sailors, 4,000 manpower. Got over 100,000 sailors now. Getting a whole lot of raiding done as well. Well, some raiding done as well. And then these two, they're not fully repaired yet, but yeah, so they are retreating. I suspect that they're probably heading to the closest port, which would then be through Karamata Strait all the way to the Philippines. So we'll just get our fleet in there and keep them blockaded so they can't utilize that fleet anymore. So actually, how much of a fleet do they still have? 90 ships total, of which a decent chunk are here. They've got some trade fleets elsewhere, but that's about it. Right, we could of course take these troops and hop over to the next island, which I guess we need to go all the way to there. That might be a little bit attrition. But then we're pretty close to Hawaii. Yeah, small bit of attrition, but I think we're going to manage that. Let's land. Take that one over. Oh, is this a, right, Polynesian Triangle. Is this... No, it doesn't have a center of trade or anything like that. Just the stuff does converge in there. Also, I suppose what I can do, first of all, yeah, those ships are still moving in, going through this archipelago. So I guess they're going for... Well, actually, both the ports are on that side, aren't they? A quick little raid there. And we'll get some more... actually, we'll keep the galleys in there. We'll move the big fleet over here. So they can't move out of there. That's the 26 ships. They're kind of stuck. We can do a bit of raiding. Because why the heck not? Well, our colony is nearly done. So that's good. We could then potentially take over this colony as well. Although that would still mean that we'll be losing a bit of money. But it's not too bad, especially since we can probably complete another one of these two soon enough afterwards. Oh, there we go. These islands have been conquered. Let's let the... Oh, hey! Manufacturers appeared in Palopo, which would be down here. But do they... Oh yeah, they got a weapons manufacturer there. Well, that's good. Now, I'm pretty sure that we don't have enough for it to actually be able to embrace it yet. Oh, we've got a trade station down here. Okay, so that's also getting fairly quickly now. 1.13% per month. It's not huge, but I suppose it's better than nothing. And we could actually add the edict in there for a faster institution spread for the time being, just to speed things up a little bit. That's about it. Right, so Portugal, I think I might want to get some claims on your stuff if I could. Get a claim over there, for example. And a... Oh, right, no, we can't get another one. And Spain is still offering some peace deals. Do they now have any better... No, they don't really want to give any more to me yet. So I'm just going to hold off for the time being. And at least the fleet over there is kind of stuck, so that's... How many heavy ships do they still have? Oh, they still got another 12 somewhere. Okay, but the total ships is less than 100. So they got... You know, total fleet is... smaller than what we have ships in here, essentially. Or almost smaller. Because we've got 89 ships there. Oh, and can we do more? Actually, let's have a look at the raid map mode again. There's still a little bit of Sumatra that we could raid. These are still sitting in here. I suppose this one's going to be sailing... No, it's not going to be sailing quite to the direction I would like it to. I guess we got the transport fleet over here that can go out and do a bit of a quick raiding along the Bay of Bengal and all that. You know what, actually, let's go down here to Sunda Strait first and just head north, then head to Strait of Malacca and then follow the coastline all the way to Ceylon. Sort of simple way to do this. Oh, blockade, eh? Oh, New Granada is sending a fleet in here. Are they just blockading that? I mean, they might be. Yeah, this is currently sitting there. It was mostly a transport fleet, mind you. So, you know, we can just sit there for the time being. Oh, we skipped past a couple of provinces in here because we were distracted. But it's, we're missing, like, I don't know, 30 ducats from that, so I'm not too concerned. We can get that later. It's another 100. Hey, we could build up the, Nan Madol. I'm not going to, not yet at least. Let's just go ahead and run through here. Or rather, sail through here. Hey, conversion successful. Wait, are we converting stuff for them into Catholics? I think we might be. Yeah, they are Catholics. I know you're gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna enforce religion on you. Yeah, you definitely hate me for that now. You'll thank me for it later. Well, we'll help you convert those provinces at least. Actually, that reminds me. Yeah, so we are doing a little bit of help on there. Right, so let's continue the raiding. So we raided already this. Another 85 ducats. Actually, probably would help if we keep the map mode open. 56. We already got 1200 ducats, so that's not too bad. That's another 100. I guess we'll go to Ceylon first, then to Comorin Cape. End of English Civil War. Oh, so they've already won. And that's another 100 ducats. There we go. So we've got... Oh, Portugal took quite a chunk of land from Vijayanagar. Because, yeah, they had to go and then just took a whole lot of the coastline there. Well, they got a bit of unrest in here, for sure. We could potentially raid some more stuff in Kilwa as well. I'm not entirely sure if I will. In theory, I could. You know what, I suppose we do need to, if we want to transport that stuff, I'm going to send one of these brigantines down to Mauritius. The rest of these 25 can head back east. Kind of around there to do a bit more raiding. Get that 30 ducats and then sail up north to Vietnam and Taiwan. And that way we can get a bit more. Yeah, our colony down here should be done soon. It's a matter of a couple months at most. Then we're going to send the settler down, or the colonists down here to Asmat. We're going to take over Polso as another colony from the Spanish. They're starting up a lot of colonies, but they won't be completing most of them. Oh, there's a bit of uprising. Well, luckily, we've got the transports in here to just get the troops there immediately. Well, it should be... Oh, we're actually fighting them. Well, we won that battle regardless. Actually, I said... Yeah, we'll go ahead and transport these back over here. Because that one's going to be done very shortly. Spain? No. War operations would be quite nice, though. Get this... Oh, wait, no. That's not a state, so we don't need to chorus separately. At least, not yet. But then we can go ahead and send the colonists down here. Speed things up. Is this? No, this is the little Papua one. Alright, then over here we've got... I guess we'll go ahead and seize the colony. We'll be losing a bit of money, but again, it's not that bad. And it's giving us control of most of this then. Russia is still fighting against Ottomans, and they seem to be losing pretty bad. So that's at least good. We might be able to take over that rest of the northern Sulawesi soon enough. Or at some point after this war is over. So we'll go ahead and get the troops from Comoros down to Natal, if there's no one in there. And then we'll go ahead and at least get a bit of stuff there. We could, in theory, use that to go all the way to Spanish Guinea, but it probably just means that they'll be bringing their troops down here. So it just, you know, have them bring a whole lot of troops to siege down pointless areas. Oh, there we go. So is there any more areas that we need to take up? I suppose we still hold that. Or we definitely want to take... Cebu is one of those things that we can then conquer at least part of the Philippines through there, or at least have a strong point there to cut off the enemies. So we could alternatively just take more money. How much more can we take? No, I think that's about it. Yeah, no. 1100 wouldn't be too bad, though. That would get us to 2600. Also, would get us to a bit of peacetime, so we can focus down on more privateering and all that. That would still give us a decent bit of the islands, so we wouldn't be getting quite all the ones that I would have liked. Honestly, at this point, the war's been going on for so long, so maybe we'll just go with that instead. Let me just double check that I had, yeah, I've got Comoran Islands in there, and then we've got these, yeah, oh, and of course these two off of Sumatra. I think that's alright. Finally, some peace. So we lost 36,000, mostly to attrition. They lost nearly 60,000, well, 59,000. Mostly, again, to attrition. A war against the world, Casus Belli. Okay. Right, so rivals. Ayutthaya. Seems like an okay idea, I guess. And... I guess Barmanis? We've got definitely a stronger navy than they do. Oh, right, and we got the built treasury, so that yearly inflation reduction is pretty good. We got a bit of corruption here. Or rather, we don't have a lot of corruption. So I'm going to go ahead and debase the currency once. And then take that one. Because that's basically going to mean that we don't have any corruption. We're still losing the inflation. And now we can also do the pirate horde. So there we go. That's 2 missions done. Finally. And we can also get the cores underway. That does mean that our admin tech is going to be lagging behind even further. So there we go. So we got that. Let's get the fleet from here back home. Also, I suppose the Marines can get down there, so these will get back to Belitung. And we are at peace. Oh, right, okay, well, they will be taking care of that revolt on their own. Actually, speaking of which, we might want to get some troops into New Zealand and then just conquer some of the lands over here for our vassal. So that they can have all of it. Eventually, we might even give the area over here for them. Colonial Casus Belli against Spain. Where are they colonizing now? Oh, is it down here? Yeah, that's at least one of them. Uniform regulation. Price of cloth, wool, and dyes go up. Oh, that's quite handy. Now, we've got a whole lot of money. So first of all, let's go ahead and increase the center of trade level down here. To level 2. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and build a couple of manufactories. Because we kind of do need those. Let's see, what's the... Okay, Hull Hawaii is pretty decent. Kandahar is pretty decent. Actually, we don't have one in our capital yet. How much do we need to increase development there? A decent bit. We do have a university, we do have a courthouse there, so at least the... Well, mostly the university. It reduces the development cost slightly. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should increase the production development mostly. Or base production in here a bit further. We won't be able to do that quite yet. Another thing, of course, is maybe we'll increase the fort in there. And we'll increase the fort over here. That's going to be potentially a combat zone. Another one over there. And then any good workshops? Not really. Not really. At least not yet. I guess we'll build... Do we have the universities? No, we don't yet. We've got 3. We need another 2. So we've got in our capital already. We got that one. Get a university over there. And a university down here. And the last one that we'll do is we'll just go ahead and get another manufactory somewhere. Palembang wouldn't be too bad. You know what? Sure. So that's a lot of manufactories. Once those are built, that's going to give us a lot more income. We'll recover the... Actually, let's see. So we've got these. We'll combine all of these into one massive fleet again. We might need to upgrade some of those ships. Then we've got these light ships, which... Right, they are actually in the port already. We'll upgrade those into frigates. Some of these could be upgraded into merchantmen. So that's another thing. We might need to conquer some stuff for Brunei, just for the heck of it. So Langfang, you've got, well, you've got several allies. Golsunda isn't that big of a problem. Alright, with the Flores over here, yeah, that's potential. Not necessarily issue, but like potential avenue for them pushing further into Java. But yeah, I suppose Borneo is probably going to be our next target. Is in terms of expanding at least for ourselves, but also like getting stuff for Brunei wouldn't hurt. They've still got a lot of cores in here, which we can utilize on, well, against Palembang at least. If we were to declare war on them directly, that would bring in Langfang, Pasai, Malacca, and Sunda. Which actually Malacca would be perfect because we can then potentially, how strong is the army? 21,000, so it's not particularly weak, but we might be able to do something about that. Like, at least we can keep them separated, so... Oh, right, they've still got their capital in here. Oh. So if we were to get some troops in here, and siege down Johor again, so we can, if they go for, like, Jambi or whatnot, we can then get some Marines to siege down Johor, bring in the main army to siege down the main stuff over here again from them, and then potentially even get across somewhere. It would be a little bit tricky with the fortifications. How's they got Miltech 20, so yeah, they got better tech. They got better cannons and better infantry fire. So I don't actually want to engage in a combat with them quite yet. So perhaps that would be perfect time for us. Where do we still have the... Right, that's the 10 Marines over there. We'd probably want to keep that in there. One thing that we might need to move, though, is get these troops out of here. Are we... Well, technically speaking, we're taking attrition, but it's not that... Oh, plausible deniability. I don't really mind that. Okay, let's get these troops back home. I'm going to bring these down to New Zealand. Because we've got a bit of an advantage against them. The natives, that is. We might need to get some more troops there, though. I don't think that's going to be quite sufficient. I suppose I could always just recruit more Marines, now that I think of it. Now, Marines aren't necessarily the best, but it's... They only got 6,000 men, so if we just get a little bit extra... Oh, actually, what I could do is I could take over the 3 cannons that we usually have on the Marines from here and transport these over. Where's the 26 or 25 transport fleet in here? Ah, right, let's do the raiding there. And let's go ahead and get those from Kendari down to New Zealand. So the idea is to start feeding some stuff to our vassal. Oh, and Aru is having another uprising. Luckily, we've got the troops there, so we're defending, and that is an easy victory. And Manila is fighting Spain. Alright then. Well, I guess you can go through my lands. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're going to be conquering most of the islands here. Privateer captain goes rogue. Well, trade efficiency goes down. But, you know, trade isn't really our primary source of income anyway. But we actually have an income despite having 2 extra colonies right now. So I'm somewhat impressed by that, actually. Also, the inflation's going down at a fairly good speed now. Oh, right, we've got the production points to get the base production up over here. At least one step. So eventually Mangala is going to be pretty decent. Although we might eventually move our capital back into Palembang, which doesn't then mean that Australia might become a colony, actually. So we don't want to move until we're ready for it, I guess. Ah, did we finally... Oh, right. Oh, there's Spanish troops going through. Alright then. Well, we're coring the province at least, so that's not too bad. And what, how's the... Okay, Asthma is already over 800 in Zhatelier, so that's good. And it actually is increasing quite nicely. Yeah, okay, that's good. And we to get the troops in here, we could get a couple more Marines. Actually, we'd have to do it through the macro builder, don't we? Ah, right, well, I suppose we can build it over here. Wait, no, we don't need 3, do we? Because we only need 2. We got the 3 artillery that we were going to bring in. Now, that's one of the things that we don't actually want to have the artillery... Whenever we're doing landings, we don't want the artillery to be part of the Marine Army. So we can land the Marines first, and then the artillery can, you know, be brought in afterwards. Conflicting opinions. We can take a small prestige here. I don't particularly like to lose stability, if I can avoid it. Well, there we go. That's another small combat. And the local traders demand aid. I'm just going to take the unrest right now. I don't think I can really do much about that. Money is still rather tight. Although, there's probably a bit more raiding that we could be doing. Well, I suppose a little bit over here, yeah. That's another 70 ducats. Get to Kilwa. Or the Zanzibar Strait, rather. Do another raiding there. That's another 100 ducats. There we go. So now we at least got a little bit. Is there any... well, there's some courthouses we might want to build. Actually, Pontianak. We're going to get one. And any good workshops yet? I mean... Mamuju is not too bad. I guess we'll get that one. Gives us a bit more money. Right, and the reinforcers have arrived for here. Let's get Taz reassigned. Get these two in. We'll go ahead and conquer some lands. So we'll start with the corner over there. Oh, popular enthusiasm for Navy diminishes. They all maintenance modifier for 10 years. You know what, we'll just take the hit there. Also get these transports back into Sulawesi. I believe we still had the 2 transport... Oh, yeah. Let's send these to priority in Zanzibar. Get more money going through there. Or get more of the money going through there, rather. Actually, let's get these in here, and we can get these to meet us there as well. There we go. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, get the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.